everyone. In this video, we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay, so now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 23rd of October 2021. Starting with very first question, which country was recently hit by the tropical storm named as Kompasu? So the storm Kompasu hit the Philippines recently, in which 19 people were dead. So the storm has triggered landslides and flash floods as it crossed the northern tip of the Asia Pacific Islands. Also 14 people have been reported missing in the Philippines, and this Kompasu returned to tropical storm strength after making landfall on the Chinese island province of Hainan. Also it crossed Hong Kong and Vietnam, where it caused severe damages. Okay. Now apart from it, recently in this month itself, Cyclone Shaheen hit Oman, and it was an offspring of Cyclone Gulab. Now talking about Cyclone Gulab, it was in news few days back when IMD issued warnings for North Andhra Pradesh and adjoining Odisha coast in the month of September. Now there are two more cyclones that are prominent in this year are Cyclone Taukte, which is the first cyclonic storm of 2021 that emerged from Arabian Sea, and it hit southern Gujarat and it was classified as VSCS, means very severe cyclonic storm. Then second is Cyclone Yas. It was formed in Bay of Bengal and hit West Bengal and adjoining Odisha coast in the month of May. And the name of this particular cyclone was given by the country Oman itself. Okay. Then there is another cyclone named as Cyclone Amphan. It was the powerful tropical cyclone that hit the Indian states of Odisha and West Bengal. Do remember that it was the first pre-monsoon super cyclone of this century that emerged from Bay of Bengal. Okay. So these are some of the important cyclones. Question number 2. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Prerna Sthal was inaugurated at Naval Science and Technological Laboratory located in which city? So this was inaugurated at NSTL, that is Naval Science and Technological Laboratory, which lies in Visakhapatnam, and it was inaugurated on the occasion of 90th birth anniversary of Bharat Ratna awardee Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and to commemorate Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav. Talking about NSTL, it is the premier naval research laboratory of DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization. And now talking about Andhra Pradesh, it was in news for its initiative called as CLAP, which stands for Clean Andhra Pradesh. So this was launched on 2nd of October, that is on Gandhi Jayanti, and under this more than 4,000 garbage collecting vehicles will be deployed across 13 districts in the state, and also the state government will distribute 3 color coded dustbins, that is red, green and blue, to all 40 lakh households, and people sought to use them for waste disposal after segregating the waste. Then Swechha program is also the initiative of Andhra Pradesh, which aims to promote the health and hygiene of women and adolescent girls And under this, the state government will provide sanitary napkins at government educational institutions free of cost. Then the state cabinet has also approved the transfer of 15 acres of government land in favor of the Tribal Welfare Department for construction of Eklavya model residential schools in Visakhapatnam district. Now one last thing regarding Andhra Pradesh. Do remember that it is the only state in the country to have more than one water plus city. And which is the first water plus city of India? It is the cleanest city, Indore. And the second water plus city in India is Hyderabad. Okay. Question number 3. Where was the 8th ministerial meeting of India-USA Economic and Financial Partnership Dialogue held recently? So recently this dialogue held at Washington DC, and the meeting was chaired by Union Minister of Finance Nirmala Sitharaman and the Secretary of the Treasury of US Dr. Janet Yellen. And during this meeting, discussions were held on recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic, then some financial, regulatory and technical collaborations. Then they talked about multilateral engagements, climate finance and anti-money laundering, along with combating the financing of terrorism. Okay. Now in the previous lecture we have seen that Chief of World Health Organization has honored late Henrietta Lacks with Director General Award, and she is an American woman whose cancer cells were taken without her knowledge during the 1950s. Okay. Also, Indian Navy has recently participated in the second phase of multilateral maritime exercise named as Malabar, along with Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force, Royal Australian Navy and US Navy. Okay. Then also 17th edition of Exercise Yuddha Abhyas, which is a joint military exercise between India and USA, is going on from 15th of October to 29th of October, where at Alaska, USA. And this is the largest joint military exercise for India. Okay. Question number 4. Which Indian state launched Mera Ghar Mere Naam scheme? So this scheme has been launched by the Punjab government for providing proprietary rights to the people who are living in villages. So recently Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh extended this particular scheme to those who are living within Lal Lakir in cities also. What is this Lal Lakir? Basically it refers to the land that is part of the village habitation and is used for non-agricultural purposes. Okay. Now few days back Punjab has also launched Innovation Mission project, and it is a kind of public-private partnership mission that will bring in global investors and experts to catalyze startups. And the mission will boost the growth potential of Punjab and create a thriving economy by means of generating job and inviting investment. Okay. Then apart from it, recently Union Labour and Employment Minister Bhupendra Yadav has announced a collaboration with Microsoft India to launch Digi Saksham program. Now through this program, 10 million active registered job seekers will be able to access the training, including computing and computer science training on the National Career Service portal. Now in the previous lectures we have seen that SBMU 2.0 and Amrut 2.0 were in news. You have to tell me what does these term stands for. Please write in the comments. Question number 5. The Challenge, the world's first movie in space, is being made by which country? So this is the world's first movie to be shot in space, and the Russian actress and a director along with a cosmonaut returned to Earth after spending 12 days in the International Space Station during their shooting for a movie. And this trio departed ISS in their Soyuz MS-18 spacecraft according to the NASA. And they blasted off from the Baikonur, which lies in Kazakhstan, earlier this month. Fine. Now apart from it, India and Russia have signed a memorandum of understanding recently to collaborate in mining and in steel sector. And especially this deal focuses on coking coal. So the signing of this deal is a part of India's National Steel Policy 2021, under which India aims to reach 300 metric ton steel production by the year 2030. Also last month, we have seen that both the countries had signed MOU on cooperation in the field of geosciences. Now apart from all these things, actor William Shatner flew aboard a Blue Origin rocket ship on a suborbital trip and landed in the Texas desert to become the oldest person ever in space at the age of 90 years. So the Blue Origin company carried out its second tourist flight in which Shatner was one of the 4 passengers. So these 4 astronauts traveled above the internationally recognized boundary of space known as the Kármán line, which is about 100 km above the Earth. Okay. Question number 6. When is the International Day for the Eradication of Poverty observed every year by the United Nations? So this day is observed every year on 17th of October to raise awareness about the people who are living in poverty. And this year theme was Building Forward Together, Ending Persistent Poverty, Respecting All People and Our Planet. Okay, so this was the theme. And apart from it, on the same day we also celebrate World Trauma Day to highlight the high rate of accidents and injuries causing death and disability across the world and the need to prevent them. Okay, so road traffic accident, that is RTA, is the leading cause of trauma across the world, and every year over 5 million people die from injuries across the world. And talking about India alone, around 1 million people die and 20 million are hospitalized every year due to injuries. Okay. Then apart from it, every year the World Food Day is observed on 16th of October to raise awareness on the issue of hunger and healthy food habits for all. So basically it marks the founding day of Food and Agricultural Organization in the year 1979. And the theme for this year was Save Food Now for a Healthy Tomorrow. Then we celebrate Global Hand Washing Day on 15th of October. Obviously this day is now important due to COVID-19 to spread awareness about the importance of hygiene, and this year theme was Our Future is at Hand, Let's Move Forward Together. Then we observe World Sight Day on 2nd Thursday of October, and this year it falls on 14th of October. So it is a global event which aims to create awareness on blindness and vision impairment. And this year theme was Love Your Eyes. Fine. Now next question. Shenzhou 13 spaceship has been launched by which country? So recently China has launched a 3-person manned mission to its space station for a duration of 6 months in the spaceship named as Shenzhou 13. So this spaceship was launched by Long March 2F rocket, and the crew members are missioned for the setting up of orbiting structure of China's own space station. So the activities of the crew include spacewalks and installation of key equipments. Okay. Now apart from it, recently the naval forces of China and Russia have commenced the Naval Interaction 2021 military exercise, which aims to enhance capability and skills of both the countries. Then, during the key United Nations Biodiversity Summit, China government has committed and pledged a sum of $233 million into a fund to protect biodiversity in the developing countries. And also last month we have seen that China has applied to join the Asia Pacific Free Trade Grouping of 11 nations in a bid to increase its influence over international policies. Okay. Question number 8. Who is the first chairman of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, that is IBBI? So Mr. M.S. Sahu was the very first chairman of IBBI who has demitted his office recently, and he has been in office since the year 2016. So now the government of India has assigned Navrang Saini, who is the whole-time member of the board and also the additional charge of chairman of IBBI. Okay. Now apart from it, the present managing director and CEO of UCO Bank, Shri A.K. Goyal, has recently been elected as chairman of Indian Banks Association for the year 2021 to 2022, and the election was held at the body's managing committee meeting that was held on 14th of October. So he has succeeded Mr. Raj Kiran Rai ji, who is the MD and Chief Executive Officer of Union Bank of India. Now apart from it, recently RBI has removed Indian Overseas Bank from its PCA framework, and it was placed in the year 2015, but now bank does not meet the criteria of PCA, that's why it has been removed. Also recently RBI has mandated all the banks to make AFA, that is additional factor authentication, by way of OTP for all the recurring and repetitive payments of value 5,000 rupees and above, especially for the ones made through debit and credit cards, and this has come into effect from 1st of October 2021. Also RBI has mandated that the customers are notified about the scheduled payment 24 hours in advance by the bank. Question number 9. Which PSU has invited bids to install a 1000 megawatt hour battery energy storage system? So this is SECI, which stands for Solar Energy Corporation of India Limited, which is a central public sector unit under the Union Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So basically it has invited for bids and expression of interest to install a 1000 megawatt hour BESS. And this is in line with the Government of India's vision of producing 450 gigawatt renewable energy by the year 2030 and achieve the Sustainable Development Goal. Now apart from it, in the previous lectures we have seen that Germany has recently launched world's first self-driving, that is automated driverless train in its Hamburg city. Also, world's highest electric charging station has been set up in Himachal Pradesh. Then apart from it, Mount Harriet was in news these days. It is actually the third largest island peak in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And recently, Union Home Minister has announced that the peak will now be known as Mount Manipur as a tribute to the freedom fighters of Manipur. Okay. Actually, the Manipur's Maharaja Kulchandra Singh and 22 other freedom fighters were imprisoned during the Anglo-Manipuri War that was held in the year 1891 at Mount Harriet, because they were sent to Kalapani and kept on Mount Harriet. That's why, to pay tribute to them, this step has been taken. Now last question, which country won the SAFF football championship held in Malé? So recently India has defeated Nepal by 3-0 for its 8th SAFF championship title, and during the match Sunil Chhetri equaled the ace footballer Lionel Messi with his 80th international strike. And with this, Chhetri became the second highest goal scorer in international football among active players. Okay. Then apart from it, recently China beat Japan in the Uber Cup finals that was held in Denmark, and this is the China's 15th Uber Cup title win out of 19 finals. Also, Indonesia lifted Thomas Cup trophy for the first time since 2002 after defeating the defending champions China in the final match held in Denmark? Actually, these Uber and Thomas Cups are the biennial international badminton championship played by the women and men's national team of the members of Badminton World Federation. Also earlier we had seen that Indian tennis player Sania Mirza and her Chinese partner Zhang Shui has won the women's doubles title at Ostrava Open that was held in Czech Republic. Also, Anshu Malik has become the first Indian women wrestler to reach the finals of 2021 World Wrestling Championship. And Lewis Hamilton has become the first ever F1 driver who reached to his 100 wins after winning at first in the Russian Grand Prix. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.